You like old computer software? Well, good, because I do too. However, not considering how old that was, I mean, like, take a look at this and take a look at the specs. Oh, you need 4 megs of video RAM? Oh, 8 megabytes of Holo 3D accelerator recommended? Oh my, it's totally like you can't even run this on the 5090. Some software, especially for computers, have gone up in value. Now, I'm not just talking about new ones, like Adobe Photoshop's always going to be expensive and subscription-based. However, it was mainly to do with how old some of these games were, and I want to specifically talk about one, but first, let's introduce you back to the mid and late 2000s. In gaming, rhythm games were becoming a pretty big hit, because you go to the arcade, or if you're lucky enough and you had a Wii, you could play Dance Dance Revolution if you had the mat for the Wii, or you'd go to the arcade and go play Dance Dance Revolution. However, there was a particular rise of a rhythm game, and on the PS2 we were blessed with Guitar Hero. No one ever seen a video game like it for the time. However, we would then receive Guitar Hero 2, that expanded it to the 360. Then, the holy grail that is known as Guitar Hero 3 Legends of Rock made its way onto the scene. And, you can open it up, and see, yeah, well, just like every other copy, it's just that this one's just meant for PC. And, yeah, that's literally it. Now, to say that this PC version is great is a bit of an overstatement. The PC version of Guitar Hero Legends of Rock was not very good. It was designed for consoles, and considering how many more companies went into it, like, you got, Aspyr, Red Octane, Havok, Dell? What does Dell have to do with this? You know, it doesn't really make sense why so many companies went into a PC port. However, this game still sold fairly well for PC, because people actually enjoyed it. However, I'm not wanting to talk about this, but rather, its sequel. Glory year, I believe around 2009, we were blessed with Guitar Hero World Tour. This game for PC is not cheap. Like, sure, it's literally just Guitar Hero World Tour. However, I mean, nothing's different. I mean, yeah, you get like 2 copies, like you get the Windows version and the Mac version. But open it up. I do have the PC install and play disc in my computer, but I'll show you why. But other than that, it just looks like a regular copy. However, this game sold horrendous. That's why I have only seen 2 US copies hit the market. I've only seen 2. Every other copy I've seen has been a European and Australian version of the game. Now, they probably run the same. However, the US versions usually cost the most. I paid $60 for this. Yeah, almost the cost of a brand new video game is what I paid for this used. And it's probably a good thing, because now the only other copy that's available, that's like currently available, that's a US copy, is a sealed copy for $500. I don't think anyone's willing to pay for that. I've seen the existence of the physical copies more than once online. However, I've only seen 2 be able to be purchased. And this was one of them. And yeah, I decided to get it. And this version of Guitar Hero World Tour for PC is absolutely crap. Now, you might be wondering, why did you buy it? Well, let me show you. Let me show you this first. I'm too lazy to kind of like import my footage from OBS, but to kind of give you the idea, you know, computers weren't always like that high end whenever like Guitar Hero World Tour came out. So like, let's say I go to launch Guitar Hero World Tour. It's gonna run pretty well for what I have in here, which it's not the highest end stuff, but it's gonna run better than what most computers did back in the day. Okay, I'm starting to think that it's not working. However, it's fine, because don't worry, Guitar Hero World Tour Definitive Edition exists. And you're actually able to play this one without having to have the disc inside of your disc tray, just like that. And this game runs so much better than the regular World Tour. Now, this is kind of one I want to go to, the calibration. If you don't know, some games are just not meant to be played at high frame rates. This was one of them. So if you didn't, like, if you had like a very high-end PC back in the day and you could run this at like an unlocked big frame rate, you could not calibrate this. Like all the audio notes, whenever like it's like dun dun dun, it would essentially, after the 3, it just go dun 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 dun, because it was going at such a high frame rate, because that's how the calibration measured it, by frame rate. And actually, a lot of this can be said for most older PC games. However, just how this game is played is pretty goofy sometimes. Especially that, like, even the Definitive Edition, it just, if you playing it with pretty good hardware on like such a high FPS, the hair on different models will just start to glitch everywhere. So here's the part where it kind of suffers. Is that kind of a little bit of that loading screen. Now, yeah, I have to mute this because I don't want to get copyright struck. However, you'll see on some of the models, like that drummer, that hair's already glitching. I haven't really seen it on Ozzy Osbourne's character model before, but it probably will once you get in later. Now, I do play Guitar Hero some, like, actually. But, like, I have not seen how laggy some of these models can get. Yeah, this is not really the best demo for me to play Guitar Hero in. Wow, amazing gameplay footage. Of course, most of these clips that you see that people upload are actually filmed on console, because that's the version that runs best. So just bear in mind, yep, there's Ozzy's starting to have a panic attack. Oh, crap. Yeah, you can still see that I'm still not the best at Guitar Hero, but it's good enough to show you that these character models, if under high FPS, can just break. You know, I think that's good enough. So yeah, that's kind of like the probably the worst port of Guitar Hero I have ever seen. However, I mean, the Definitive Edition actually runs pretty well, and you can actually have some pretty funny moments in it. I'd actually, if you have or want to play World Tour, please play Definitive Edition. It's a mod. After you install World Tour, you just install the updater. Just give it your location to where you installed your World Tour, and just let Definitive Edition install. And I promise you, this game is 100% better. Please. Anyway, that's kind of the video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I know that I've been kind of slacking a little bit. I'm gonna try not to. I mean, yeah, sure, it's like a little late release, but like, if it's a video, it's a video. So I don't want to complain to any of my viewers that they should be happy for a video. I want to say, complain to me because I took forever to release another one. So yeah. Also, yeah. Please subscribe. I really want to hit like 500 subscribers, because if I do hit 500 subscribers, I'm gonna be able to start channel memberships. So $1 a month, you're probably gonna get some extra content. And honestly, I might stream tonight. So be on the lookout. If you see me streaming, you know that it's me, and you might want to tune in, because we're probably gonna have some goofy moments. So yeah, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all next time.